we go. Here 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 we go.
Welcome back to Salute, as we salute the men and women who wore and are still wearing the U.S. military uniform. I am, of course, Joe Ugly, and
I'm Shakiria. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Also, check us out on Fanbase and show us some love.
the heart.
So I have a question for you. With everything that's going on in the realm of the military, I should say. So the Army recently announced that their recruitment was extremely low. Like they're struggling for their lives to get recruits, right? And it doesn't help with everything else that's going on. So because
I saw that report.
they were already struggling, we covered when the Navy, like, they have already lowered the bar. Like, the bar is to the ground to join, and people are still not joining. So, on
But
top
it's not
of
only
that,
not joining, people are not staying in, they're not passing their first.
exactly. Everyone's
First
getting
bar.
out after a first enlistment these days. But on top of that, recruitment being low, another thing that HECSF have done, or the Pentagon, is now, you know how you have ASAVB sites where you go take that military entrance exam?
Right.
So there's like, they're sprinkled across the country. Now they're closing them down, or they're changing the hours. So what they're putting out to people is that now you probably have to travel either across, 2-3 hours to another state, or even across the country based on where you're located. Because obviously some of the rural states, like I had to go to Massachusetts already.
So here's the question. Who's going to pay for that trip?
So that's why he cut the funding, those things in the first place. He wanted to stop providing he wanted to stop paying for civilian travel, so he reduced it, right? But now people are saying, one, recruitment is so low. Now you're gonna tell someone, let's say live in like Minnesota, that they have to drive 3-4 hours to take a test,
Right.
that they may not pass or not
Right.
even get the score they want.
Right. Sometimes I just stop and think that, or I try to figure out, why are these guys deliberately trying to destroy things?
Right.
I can't, I'm past just blaming it on incompetence.
No.
This now
It's
looked
no
like-
longer incompetence.
this
It's not
looked deliberate.
No, this is purposeful.
Yeah, it looked like they're deliberately trying to destroy everything they touch.
Yeah.
And the question becomes, why?
I can't understand for the life of me why, like, America is so much more, but for one thing for sure is the military and our defense is a main thing, not just for Americans, but for Europeans, right? They depend on us to protect them.
Everyone around the world look for us to show up.
Exactly, right?
Everyone around the world.
But now it's the question of which side of that are we on again?
And it falls under the question, why all of this disruption? Why? What is the purpose? I can't fathom that these people are so incompetent. I just can't. It's just like, how did they eat cereal in the morning if they're this incompetent? You got to help me understand that. How do they have breakfast?
Hex up with a little bit of vodka,
Jeez, it's something in that damn cereal bowl more than milk.
And considering he was a major that served in the military, and then I'm gonna follow my other question of, if they're doing all these things, right? If they already set the bar so low for recruitment, people still aren't joining. They're actually hurting. And obviously it's not official, but people are saying we're on the brink of a third world war, right? So now you're short-staffed, you're breaking things. Is that going to mean that the military will become mandatory and no longer voluntary?
Could be. But I always say, whenever you start seeing crazy things going on, follow the money. Yeah. That's usually where the answer is.
So Russia.
Where's the money in having people having to travel 4 hours
to take a test?
To take a test. Who's going to pay for that? And if it's going to be the government, conspiracy theory is at work right now. But I got to say.
So you think that, say I'm trying to join the military, you think I'm going to pay for a 4-hour trip to join your military?
Well, hold on.
It's craziness.
I pay for it. What? Hold on. Me as the military will pay for that 4-hour trip. But I charge for 6 hours. And 2 hours is a kickback. Just saying. Just saying. When you're doing things like this, don't think people are not going to think this is what's going on. These are the things that go through people's mind. If you're going to be doing stuff, you can't be that incompetent. I cannot believe Pete Hegseth is that incompetent. I just can't. I'm following the money. I'm waiting for the scandal to break. And if we only get 2 views on this, it's because they already called YouTube and told them to shut us down.
Right.
Okay? I'm just saying.
I know. I don't know. I can't understand,
It makes no sense.
It doesn't.
All the stuff they're doing. At this point, we just got to start following the money. Okay. Because it makes more sense to me if I'm following, even if it's fictitious right now, if I am viewing this from a follow the money standpoint.
Right.
It makes more sense because just trying to look at it as flat-foot logic, it just don't make sense.
No, you can't put logic in this
No,
administration.
you can't.
It does not work.
The only motivator I can see to make people do so much nonsense
Is money.
it's got to be money. So every time I see something crazy now, everything I see that's off the whack, I'm like, okay, where's the money in this one?
Oh,
So
my
I
God.
know come on, I know a sleight of hand when I see it. And that's a big one.
Yeah, it is.
It's a big one. Great example. Got us, all these people up in arms, all the government employees up in arms because they're firing them. And the amount of money they're collecting from all this firing don't add up to what they're trying to reach.
Right, exactly.
So
it's not even, it's literally a percentage of what they need to do.
A percentage of the percentage of what it is. So
Not that they make so much money as federal employees.
So what's the big one? They're going after Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. That's where they want to go after. So that's, the sleight of hand.
Yeah.
Get them over here worried about all the federal employees that's only adding up to XYZ. And they just 3-car Monty in us.
Yeah, the Social Security one, that one's going to break the internet for sure. Once them payments don't come in, because he said he can't promise that. Once those payments don't hit whatever first, I don't know when they come, but I'm assuming the first of the month.
And, people rely on this.
This is how people pay their bills, take care of
This is how people
themselves.
pay for nearly all their whole life.
Right, exactly.
It's a major.
We'll see. Another thing to that point is, on top of it possibly becoming a mandatory military, is wouldn't it be funny that the man that skipped out on his military journey, what was wrong with his ankle? Something wrong with his foot, supposedly.
Was a heel spins?
Some foolishness.
Some
skipped out on his military journey, and then go and tell other people that now it's mandatory to go. I think that would be hilarious, but hey, that's just me.
What kind of benefits are they getting? I got to say, though, well, let me ask you, what do you think about mandatory military service?
I think it's not going to go over well in America.
Get that, but what do you feel about it? How do you feel about it?
I don't think it should be mandatory. I don't.
You think we should just have a volunteer?
I think the volunteer has been working well, but when you start shitting on the people that are choosing to serve their country without any cause, then, you get what you get. If it has to become mandatory, it has to. We need defense. I very much understand that, but I also understand that we didn't have to get there because we had a perfectly loosely with those words.
Really? I saw you going down that rabbit hole. I was like,
very loosely with perfectly functioning, but you get the point. Right. Like, we have a good military, we have a good defense that, like you said, the world depends on. So why ruin it? It was working, right? We could make things better.
The old adage, if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it.
Exactly.
And it wasn't broken. No. It might have had a little default here and there, but that's what you fix, the defaults. You don't try to tear up the whole thing. Once again, follow the money. Follow the money.
Yep.
We're in that.
But that's just my 2 cents. Let us know what you guys think in the comments.
That's more than 2 cents. I love it.
Let us know what you think in the comments. If you think it will the military become mandatory, and do you think it should be mandatory? I think.
Let's know.
We'll see. All right, let's roll into formation. So today's formation.
All in.
Today's formation is a little different because it's not quite formation, but I feel the need to inform the veterans that it will affect, right? Mm-hmm. So the office that investigates disparities in veterans care is being liquidated, which is a section of the Veterans Benefits Administration, VBA.
Okay, let me just pause you right there. Listen to me, veterans. Veterans, I don't care who you vote for. I don't care what's your political party. I don't care what all of that stuff. Irrelevant. Listen to me. Let me talk to you. You have a responsibility as a veteran to stand up. Even if you're not getting benefits, even if you're not taking benefits, you have a responsibility to stand up for your fellow soldier, whatever you want to call it.
Needs their benefits.
What you need to do is find your way down to the VA. Get with a union rep and organize a protest. If you can't get your elected official, national elected official to join you, find a union rep or a union press, whoever it is, you find that person and you get in there. But you got to do something. This is what we do. We fight.
So as I was saying, this office is being liquidated from the VBA. And of course, it was an office put in place by President Joe Biden to address these disparities that we've been complaining about. Now, the office was eliminated as a part of Trump's program and the whole DEI fight, whatever the hell they're going for, right? Because it's meant for disparities, particularly against Black people.
Yep.
People of color.
Yep.
So, of course, he thinks that falls into we don't need it, right? So the initiative hobbles internal efforts for the VA to investigate and eliminate longstanding racial inequalities. Of course, you know you were a product of that, and so many other veterans are. A ranking member of the Veterans Committee, Mark Tanko, says the closure of the OEA will undoubtedly have disastrous effects on the care we offer to veterans. This office was making it easier for minority veterans to access care and benefits. Its closure will directly impact the care and benefits received by minority veterans.
That's what he's saying.
Yes.
That's what who's that? The Secretary of the...
No. I'll get to him in a second.
Who just said that?
This is a representative in Congress, and he's a part of the Veterans Committee, just like Senator Blumenthal.
Right.
He was asked, because there was an outcry about it, he's one of the ones that commented about it, as well as other nonprofits, I think is Black Veterans Project and things like that. And
he's saying close it is a good thing.
No.
Oh.
He's saying no, closing it is disastrous and it will cause, we already have this gap in black and brown people getting care at the VA.
Right.
If you close an office that was specifically in charge of making sure these people get fair treatment, then what happens? But the new secretary, Doug Collins, says... Oh my God, this man said the VA treats all veterans fair and beneficiaries fair and equally so that the equity of assurance is no longer needed.
Oh God.
He then adds the money saved by closing the office will be redirected to improve health care and benefit services for veterans, all of whom we treat fairly and equally. VA will always fulfill its duty to provide veterans and families, caregivers, and survivors the health care and benefits they need, and that is a promise. And Secretary Douglas, whatever, we're holding you accountable because you promised that it won't change anything. We'll see. We'll see.
You can't believe a promise from these guys? Really?
I said I'm holding it. I didn't say I'll believe it.
Really? No. I don't believe in your promise. Prove it to me. And then maybe I'll come around and say, hey, you know what? Okay. If he prove it, I'll defend him.
Right.
But if you can't come out here and actually do it, you're not going to do it. You're just going to give us lip service. Man, keep that, man. Nobody wants that.
Really?
Nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that.
I just think the progress we made in the veterans over the last 4 years, getting so many. Yeah,
well, when you include, speaking of, these guys are trying to wipe out funding for burn pits.
The PACT Act? No way in hell. What?
Yep. They're trying to, if you have cancer from burn pits, it's my understanding that, yes, they are looking to wipe this out, wipe out the funding for that. Again, I ask, why? Why? And the only answer I could come up with is, I'm following the money.
So wiping out cancer for veterans, wiping out funding for veterans who have cancer for serving their country, firing 80,000 VA employees across the country.
Which is the reason why those individuals were added on in the last 4 years. Is because of the
PACT Act. Right. We had 400 and something thousand people sign up with the PACT Act, and now you're... Why?
So now you want to wipe it out? That is a big question. Why? And I'm past logic now. The only logic I could see out of all of this is money.
Jesus Christ. Collins, you're a freaking veteran. Hex, if you're a veteran, you have no shame.
It's not you see, you can't... when people are influenced by money, this is another reason why I believe it's money. Because it's the only thing that makes people put down all morals. All morals and standards go,
That's true.
You got to sit down.
That's true.
You got to take a back seat.
Yeah.
It wants to create thieves, crooks, robbers, however you want to call them. All morals and standards just start dropping out, and it's like, okay, you know what? I'm going for broke. I'm going for the bag.
Yeah.
And that's all they're going for. They don't care about anything else. When all people could think of is money, this is what we get.
Yeah, that's so crazy. I think it's we did an episode last year about when he was running about Project 2025, and we recently did a video addressing these things that he did in Project 2025. So we had a person comment and was like, show me one thing he's done and that is supposedly in the agenda that he had nothing to do with.
What?
He commented on our video, I believe it was on TikTok or something, and he was saying that he was pretty much laughing at the video, saying you can't show us one thing that he has done that you claim is from this Project 2025.
Really?
I was just like,
really? Producer, I want you to add the list of stuff right next to this, okay?
Roll it like the credits.
Yeah. As I say, just roll them, producer.
People are still delusional.
I have a 2-word answer for you. I'll wait. Roll it, producer. You just show that stuff. And then we'll come back to you. Or better yet, there's your answer.
Yeah. Live in a state of delusion if you want to. I mean, that's up to you. That's up to you at this point.
Exactly.
It is what it is. But all right, that's all. So my vets of color just look out when you go to the VA. Pay attention to the things that are starting to change. Take notice to how people are treating you, to the clinics that you used to get into but no longer is available, and start taking note of that stuff so that way you're aware that these things, that the promise he claims is going back into the VA was a lie. And then we can make an outcry about it like everything else.
Only the bamboozled Negroes are going to sit off there and talk about something. Oh, we're all the same. Oh, we're all I remember.
That's how they say in the military, too. We don't see color. We're all green.
Yeah, we don't see color. Really?
Yeah. All right. On that note, let's roll into Hot Topic. All right, some good news. No, this is good news. I had to. There's a lot going on, and we're trying our best to bring good and bad, but there's a lot of bad. Okay, every day is a new bad. My phone is just filled with bad, and it's not quite good, but it is a good leaning. So,
okay,
the Senate is proposing. It's not official. The Senate is proposing for VA and federal employees to be reinstated. So now, as you know, the veterans make up 30% I didn't even know it was that much.
I'm glad you said. I'm glad you said it's leaning.
Good.
Don't lean too hard. It's going to fall over.
Hey, listen, Democrats don't have the House or the Senate. They're
right,
doing their
exactly.
best. They're doing their best,
Outside
okay?
of Tom Tillis on their side, on the Republican side,
yeah.
in the Senate, there's no one.
Nope.
Mitch McConnell is a joke.
Oh,
he
fraud.
does these votes that don't make a difference now. I mean, come on.
Yeah. He votes on things where it's like, I don't want them to drag me down with this once I get out. You know what I mean? You don't
you're
wanna
already dragged
But
down.
it's already there. You can't excuse
I'll
any
give
of the
you-
bad stuff that you
yeah,
do. But let me finish this real
go
quick.
right
Oh, sorry. So veterans make up 30%. I didn't know that. Now you guys do.
Veterans
know.
make up 30% of VA people who
federal
work-
federal
federal
work.
employees.
Yes.
And that makes sense.
Which I didn't know. That's a lot. So they estimate there's about 60,000 veterans that have been unfairly fired. And obviously we know this unnecessary firings coming from this current administration is ridiculous and has no merit, but whatever. So the plan is from Senator Blumenthal of Connecticut is to reinstate these people and bring them back full-time and back pay. So if you got out since January, you're expected to get all that money back since then. And once again, like I said, this is a proposal. We don't know if they're going to get it going, but fingers crossed.
Here's the thing about that proposal. I mean, what are you going to go back to if they already closed down the agency? You know, it's like, geez.
Yeah.
You know, there's just so much going on right now.
I don't.
And when you think veterans, I mean, what bigger honor for your country than to put your life, to say, I'm going to put my life on the line.
And then come back out
And then come
jacked
back
up.
Yeah. Here's what's going on. It's like they want to roll us back to how they treat Vietnam vets.
Yeah. Yeah.
When they first came home, they treat them like dogs. Worse than dogs. They treat them, I say dogs. No, they treat us worse. Dogs are home.
I mean, look
domesticated.
look how some dogs living better than me.
For real.
Bro, I seen a dog. Oh my God.
Bling,
this
bling.
dog had two, what is that, Van Cleef necklaces on. I said, Jesus Christ. What decade, what life, what is this happening to me?
Yeah,
Two Van Cleef, a dog.
a dog.
Jesus.
And they were real.
Yes, they were
They
real.
were bling, bling.
They were real.
Dog,
I had to play it
walking
back,
around
bro. I was like, are you kidding me?
Dogs
What
walking
a
around talking about
flex.
some roof, roof. And then bling, bling.
Oh my God. But like I said, we're Senate Democrats, House Democrats, they're trying, okay? But it's not like you guys gave them so much power to work with. They're doing their best. In my opinion, people are coming for them, but they're doing their best.
People are coming for them.
But save me. I voted against my own will. That's what's happening.
Right. But you know something about the Democrats that are elected right now, and I know a lot of people don't understand why they're getting so much pushback. It's because you're not coming out hard body like Jasmine Crockett. You're not coming out hard body
Like AOC.
like Al Green, like AOC.
Yeah.
You're not coming out hard body.
What's that dude named Foster?
You're still being cordial. You don't realize you're in a fight.
Play nice.
Yeah, you might be doing things behind the scene, but if the people don't know it, they're not going to believe it.
Exactly.
And somebody else is going to be able to take your credit. I'm going to tell you that.
And it's
right
going to
now.
be a Republican
Of
because
course.
that's all they do.
Of course.
That's all they
Of
do.
course.
Listen. Oh my God.
That's all we got.
That's all we got for this week, guys.
Don't forget to check us out as we continue to salute the men and women who wore and are still wearing the U.S. military uniform.
Yep. Once again, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and head on over to Fanbase and show us some love.
Yeah, hit that heart.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Here we go! 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 Here we go!